Hey everybody, welcome in. My name is Josh. This is the Gaming Joy channel, and we are back on Hutan Pantai for our Can You Survive 25. Now, we're actually still in the same day. I've just been having fun messing around with the contracts, trying to figure out how things are going to work, what am I going to have to do moving forward, um, and honestly, what things do I need to change from the contract boost mod to get it to work right. Yeah, but that's how I am, that's how it's going, and that's what's going on. Welcome in, everybody. I hope you are enjoying your day. It's been an interesting day for me. I got some interesting, whoops, take that sign out. Doing some fun stuff at work. And right now I'm about to do a bailing contract. Now, I haven't done a bailing contract yet, and I hear rumors that you can do some thievery with the bailing contracts. So we're going to try that out, see what happens. I don't actually know what's going to happen, but hold on. The music is like constantly pausing like every couple seconds. Not now. I'm going to refresh it. Alright. Hopefully it stops being weird. Nope, still being weird. What the heck? Welcome in, Dust Bunny. Welcome in, David. Thank you for being here. Thank you for coming by. I don't know what's going to happen here, so... Okay, the music pausing and stopping is driving me nuts. Am you guys able to hear me consistently? Or not? Nice. 1 month and more to go. Thank you, David. Thank you very much for the sponsorship. It's wonderful to have you here. Now, I don't see any... YouTube says everything's working fine, so I'm going to keep going with that. Loud and clear. Thank you, Dust Bunny. So yeah, the music is just being weird. And I could potentially restart my system again, which is probably the best thing to do. Let's do that real quick. And just because I'm just going to let the music be what it is. So, we're doing a bale wrapping mission, and I've never done a bale wrapping mission. And I haven't done a bale wrapping mission in this game yet. And so it looks like I have to wrap all these bales. And I'm going to go leave them all in the middle of the field. Welcome in, Rusty. How's it going? Let's get this map out of the way. So what it looks like I'm doing, and I'm still like trying to figure this out. So a wrapping mission. This is my first time doing a wrapping mission. This is new to me. I'm going to... Oh my god, this wrapper is so slow. I'm going to wrap and dump them kind of in the middle of the field. So that when I pick them up later, when I steal them, they're all in one place. This is also my first time driving this Linder machine, which seems pretty nice. We're going to need a round bale wagon to be able to collect these bales. But how's everyone doing? We're going to actually get to see one of my new mods today. As a quick update for everyone who's been, if anyone's been watching, I got 2 mods submitted to ModHub, which is really, really exciting. 2 more mods, both of them all platforms. I've showed them off a couple times here and there, on and off stream. But we're submitting both the industrial sawmill, which if you've been watching Bruce's streams when he's streaming, he's been using that for a little while. And we also had that same one in 22, so it's pretty much the same thing. But it does have quite a few additional features, which I'm very, very excited to show. And then we're going to go from there. And then and then not only that, we have the farm fill stations, which is the fieldwork fill station, but just slightly updated. Just slightly updated for FS25. The biggest update to the fill station is... Actually, there's a ton of updates to the fill station. What am I talking about slightly? I've been working my butt off on that one. So the farm fill station is not just one fill station anymore. And before, it was just fieldwork fill station. Right now, Giants is blocking mods for other kind of fill station stuff. And they don't want people reusing existing Giants assets. Luckily, I thought ahead and worked with another member of the community to have a custom model made for the next version of the fill station. So the new farm fill station will have a completely custom model, something new. It's going to be fully colorable. There's going to be 2 rusty versions. It looks fantastic. And I'm very, very excited to get that out to everyone. Seeds. Okay. We still have that open with testers. I'm just waiting for Giants to actually look at it. I don't know if they're going to get to it before they go on vacation. I really hope they do. But you never know with Giants, so it is what it is. Why not? Welcome in. Kegarino, welcome in. Thanks for being here, Casey. Thanks for coming in. The 4-wheel steering on this thing means it turns on a dime, which is not that great when you're backing up. Or it's a little harder to manage when you're backing up. So I'm not taking any of these bales off the field, but it says I'm only 70% complete. So I'm a little concerned about that because there's only 3 bales left. Like, how is those 3 bales going to complete the last 23%? Tennessee Farmer, welcome in. Thank you for being here. Happy to have you. I'm actually doing a bale wrapping contract. I've never done one of these before. So I was watching Mr. Steely P's video on this whole bale wrapping thing. And I think the bales are able to be picked up even after you wrap the last bale. But I'm going to pick up all of them before I wrap the last bale. So we're going to tab away while this guy works. We're going to drop that. We're going to come in here and we're going to lease. We have a limit of 3 things to lease. And we currently have 2 things leased, so this is our 3rd thing. Bale transport. We're gonna get this. We're just gonna lease it. I haven't customized it yet, but that's okay. I do have a black version of this somewhere that I'll have to re-implement. This is a JCB 3200, which looks awesome. My first modded tractor. This is actually leased also, just because I was helping someone test it and because I needed a tractor, so figure why not. And it goes 70, so I mean, it's JCB, it's a fast track, it hauls. This thing's fantastic. And it looks really good. The modder who worked on it, we've been going back and forth. I helped him finish up some of the coloring stuff and taught him a few things. Or passed along some information, I should say, that I have learned in other sources. I'm still getting used to the driving. As you can see, my driving is very twitchy because I'm still using the I wonder if I just I had to set the, I think I set the driving or steering. See? Hell. I keep like there's a problem on PC where you'll see me jerkily steering a lot because on PC when you're playing the controls, they stick slightly. So every once in a while I'll turn left and just like that and it'll stick even though my foot even though my finger isn't on the steering key, the wheel doesn't turn back. So like the whole turn back thing, which I have set at like 100%, it's just not working. And so because of that, it's really hard to drive in a straight line. And I keep running off the road. So having a strong tractor like a JCB is really useful because I'm not going to get damaged or flip it or whatever. We are like on the other side of the map. So, yeah. All right. We're going to come in here. And I'm going to look at these bales. What are these bales made of? Let's get out and look. So the bale is owned by me. It is grass. It is fermenting. I really don't actually care that it's fermenting, because I'm going to put it into a production. I'm going to pause for a second, see if I can try another music source. This music source is driving me crazy. Okay, I don't know what this is, so don't yell at me if it's bad. I don't even know what language this is in right now. There we go. Hopefully this doesn't skip like the last one does. Yep, it's skipping. Hear that? It's like every time the game produces some kind of music, it skips. Let's try another browser. Sorry, 1 second, trying to figure out this music source situation. The whole system is being really, really slow. Fine, do that.
I don't wanna fight this. Let it take me. Kinda wanna risk it.
Nope, still skipping. It's not the browser, it's not the music, it's gotta be my system. And I don't feel like rebooting right now. I think you'd fall off your chair if Dirt Farmer showed up. CBW, welcome in. Thanks for being here, Chad. Glad to see you. Happy you're here. Not happy that my music is skipping like it's fun to do. I'm not even streaming from this computer. I'm not even like outputting anything. And John Carter, welcome in. Thank you for being here. Steggy Poo and Keith. Oh my gosh, everyone's here tonight. Thanks for being here, guys. Don't forget to comment. Don't forget to hit that like button. Let me know that you're liking the stream. And I'm gonna go steal one more bale. So I think I can steal this last bale, still complete the contract, and move forward. We'll see what happens. Boop. Keith, you break 10K yet? Keith actually had an awesome release today. He finally got his Dutesfar released on ModHub. Congratulations to Keith. Great job sticking that one out. That one took forever, I'm sure. Okay, so we're gonna... So what I've heard is that if you're doing a bale wrapping contract... Oh my gosh, how can it be 99%? Oh my god. Oh, I missed a steg. That's what it was. It was a raid. Steggy Poo, thank you for raiding. I didn't even realize it was happening. Thank you so much for being here. And Farming with Outlaw, thanks for coming in. And anyone else who came in from the Steggy Poo raid, thank you very much. 7K downloads already. Good job. Almost at 10K. And look at this. My steering is all over the place. Tio Med sneak raids. Yeah, you raid right when I look away. I'm not sure if that was intentional or I just happened to look away at the wrong moment because my computer's being weirdly weird. J Turk, welcome in. Thanks for being here. Finally, everyone gets to enjoy Keith's tractor that I've been enjoying and other people were enjoying in 22 for like the past year. Now everyone gets to enjoy it. All right, so what we're going to do is go crazy because that music is driving me nuts. We're going to have to reboot. I'm sorry. It's going to throw me for a loop. All right. So this is our land over here. We bought this little corner. We're going to put a house or something on here. So we bought this little corner and we have a mower. Oh, the mower is parked in the output spot for the silo. And it's still on. So let's park the mower right up here and get it out of the way. All right, so now we're going to come in here and we're going to turn this around and dump these bales into this silo. Now, I don't know if this is going to work. So this is the fermenting silo that I made on stream. Last Friday? Yeah, last Friday. I ended up finishing it up and making one of each type of fermenting silo for all of the silos. Yep, there we go. It's going into the fermenting silo. And there, it's done. And if we look, let's just look just to be sure. We come in here and our silage fermenter, there's no grass. Look at that. So that was totally a fail. Great job to me. So you can't even put them straight into production. You have to do something to them first. All right, well, that was kind of a waste. You have to turn them into... I've also heard you have to turn them into loose. But how? I don't know. We're testing this out. We'll figure it out. Let's go in here. Let's go to the contract, which was for like $7 grand minus the lease costs. Collect I mean, I still got the 7 grand, so I didn't really lose anything. But we now know that putting contract bales into a something, not a bale storage, but a something, like what we have, doesn't work. That's news to me. Let's hold on to this trailer for now. What else do we have for contracts? There's currently no contracts. That's not true. We have one more bale wrapping contract. But this one uses this front end loader wrapper thing. I've never tried that. But I don't have the right equipment to actually steal more steal more bales. So, I was hoping that a fermenting silo or something like that would work. So, we're going to do something real quick. We are going to be right back. And there we go. We should be back. Perfect. Now we can start the game again. Hopefully the stuff fixes itself. I haven't heard it skip yet, but once the game is open, who knows? Sorry about that slight delay, folks. We had to get our system back up and running, and it was being dumb. My apologies. And because I love waiting forever for Farm Sim to launch, like, this is real time, folks. I'm not like messing with you. Where's the game? I started it. You can see that it's supposed to be running. What the hell? What the hell? Sweet. Oh, hey, thank you for coming in. Oh, by the way, CBW, I have a fill station out too, and Turk and I were just talking about that. My fill station is actually submitted to ModHub. It should be coming out for all platforms soon. The updated version of the Fieldwork fill station. So if you want to check that out, check out my Discord. It's already available there. And we're just waiting on the ModHub release. Yep. Mine doesn't. I don't know what's going on. Like, I think there's some kind of network traffic thing here. Like, I don't mind this loading the map stuff. That's normal. But why does it take like 2, sometimes 3 or 4 minutes to go from clicking the button to start the game to the game actually running? I don't get that. And then there's one more mod that's actually almost done. I just have to finish up a few little things. And then I'm going to submit it after the stream. And that's going to be our new fill station. No, I'm sorry, a new mower. I've been working on a new mower because, you know me, I love the mowing. And what we're going to do? Were we going to do something? Bale wrapping. See, I think the bale wrapping, from what I understand, you either have to break it down into loose. And does that, like, you have to break it down into loose. And does that mean just taking off the wrap? Or does that mean like putting it into something to break it down? Because I don't actually have anything that can do that. So that's not really an option. What other kind of contracts have we not done? Stone picking, spraying, mowing, hoeing. Okay, I don't see anything fun that I really want to do. I want to figure out the baling contracts before I start doing those again, because I really want to be able to grab that straw. And right now I can't, so I'm going to go ahead and return. How do you get to your leases? What the hell? This is really bad UI. Turn. Okay. Let's mow our own land. So where are we on the map? Farmland. So we own 93, which is this little piece right here. Right? We also own 94. No, we don't own 94. I lied. We also own 92, which is these two little pieces here. And something's wrong. The map is not updating. But we have enough money to buy another piece of land. So is there any kind of like fields anywhere nearby that we can buy like for fun? It's 25. 137. No. I mean, there isn't. I was really hoping this piece of land would be viable, but it's not. All right, let's do a different contract. We already did these. These are all square baling. Yeah, most of them are square baling. I'm not going to do round baling. That's silly. I don't want to do deadwood. And these are like not worth the effort. Because the lease cost, like the contract rate, contract award 1245, but the lease cost is 959. Like I'd get like $100 for doing that. It's not worth it at all. Like this one's more logical. Lease cost is 320. And the reward is 7 grand. But I can't stand these machines. Reward per tree, $127. See, that's the new reward per tree. And that's boosted too. So the new reward per tree is even less than that because that's the boosted cost. I don't get it. I don't get it. Well, we only have 2 little pieces of land, so let's mow it and let's make some grass and get some silage going so that next time we can sell that silage. Now this mower, I really like this mower. I don't know why. I think because it's simple. Oh, great. Some of the grass for mowing isn't actually grass. So it's not even outputting anything. That's wonderful. For whatever reason, I just like this mower because it's different. And almost no one, I don't think I've ever seen anyone else use this. Probably because it's a little bit hard to drive if you're not used to it. The only time it has problems is when you're on hills. But I like it. And now, the default one, don't get me wrong. The base game default version of this is a piece of junk. Because the base game default version of this goes like something really slow. 12 kilometers an hour? And I'm still have like the sticking with the keys thing is worse on this thing. I also don't agree with what Giants did with the grass. I'm just feisty tonight. So if you look at the grass, let's go around a little bit. If you look at the grass, the cut height of the grass, like after you've cut it, is pretty long. It's, in my mind, much too long. It doesn't match any mower. Like, logically, this should be the height of the mower blades, and these mower blades are buried in the grass by, like, half its height. Which means that the grass is actually too tall. And I would expect the grass, when it's mowed, like in this freshly mowed state, to be much shorter. That said, I have it all within my power to fix it, so I'll have to fix it. Zorch Farming, thank you for being here. Thank you for coming in. Sorry I saw you come in. Jack Sarge, welcome in. Thanks for being here. I'm messing around with this weird mower and mowing a piece of land that I think Giants never intended for anyone to ever own. Sorry, the trees are getting in the way. Wait, literally, this land wasn't viable. I had to actually edit the map to make it viable. For some reason, when you're just, like going down a hill, this thing gets stuck in this like trajectory and you can't get out of it. It's made for like tough farmland and like hills, but it doesn't work very good on hills. And that's not me. I didn't do anything with the functionality of this thing. That's all Giants. But it works great when it's mostly flat, like this. Like, see how it's just, I'm hauling. I love this thing. Jack Sarge asked a funny question. That's what I'm laughing at. He says, do I think we'll see another patch before March? And so March is what, 5 months out? Yes. I think you're going to see another patch within the next 2 weeks or so. I think they're going to drop a patch on us right before break. Right before Giants is like scheduled. We're going to go on holiday for 2 months, holiday break. I think they're going to drop a patch on us, and then they're going to go away, and it's going to be partially broken like it usually is. But I think that's what's going to happen. And, you know, there's still a lot of, as I've been showing you, like with the sticking controls, and there's still problems with the game. There's still stuff that's totally broken. There's probably stuff that's totally broken that they don't even know about because they don't listen very well. I'm talking. I thought I owned this land. What are you talking about? Oh, apparently I don't own this land, so I'm just like mowing something that I don't even own. I almost have enough money to buy that. Okay, well I came down here for nothing. I'm going to leave this here until I have enough money. Let's go back to our JCB and go get the loading wagon, which is the shop, to collect all this grass we just mowed. Well, I mean, so yeah, I agree with J-Turk. We're going to see an update within the next couple weeks, and it's going to be right before they go on break, and it's going to be still, there's going to be problems. They're going to try to fix it the best they can before Christmas, or before the holiday season, because they don't want people playing on a broken game. I think that makes sense. But, I don't know, there's some stuff that, like, there's just stuff here I don't get. Like this, right? Everyone was all... Actually, I'll continue to the store first. Everyone was all excited. Like I couldn't wait. Dude, I'm in a fast track. What are you doing? I'm gonna beat you around the corner. Totally cut the red car off. All right, so here's one of the problems, right? Which is silly, and I don't get this. Right? If you go into the shop, right? We're gonna go in a shop. We're gonna go pick a tractor that has color selection. I don't know which ones do. Does a Zetor? No. Anyone know which tractor has color selection? Whatever. Here's the JCB. This one has lots of color selection. So you get this color selection window, right? Super easy. And at the bottom, see how the bottom of the window, it says what name of each color it is. Now, granted, I don't like this color window. I think it doesn't look very good, but beside the point. See how it says the color of the name of the color you have selected right here at the bottom? Okay. This is how good Giants is at checking their own code. I'm going to go in here to what? I'm going to go in here to I'm going to do something base game so you know that's not it's not me. Here. This Rudolf Horman shed or whatever, right? And if I go in here to F, no, that's just solar panels. Where was the one I was using earlier? I think because I was shop sorting on. Mine's working. So here it is. One of the Rudolf Horman sheds. Hit F. There is a color picker, right? Click the color picker. It gives you the custom window. Fine. The list doesn't always work. Like, why do these colors right here? Look at this. There's no names. Some of them have names. Some of them. But not all of them. Where are the names for the rest of the colors? Like, these are all the Rudolf Horman colors, the custom colors. None of them have names. And this one has a name of nil, too. What the heck? These colors, the rest of these colors, are base game default colors, which all have names. But all of the building colors, the Rudolf Horman colors, none of those actually have names. Nil 2 is the name of this one. Like, you can't check your own stuff? This is a base game building. Like, what were you thinking? And there's tons of other there's lots of other small things like that I think that a lot of people are really frustrated with. I mean, I was reading in the forums that, you know, I still haven't been able to complete the onboarding mission on Riverbend Springs. Like, the onboarding mission doesn't work. I can't fill the seeder with seeds. I tried 4 or 5 times when the game first came out. I've tried again since then. It still doesn't work. I can't actually do the onboarding mission. How simple is that to test? I just don't get it. And then I hear things like, you know, that there's people at Giants who've left, who used to do really critical roles, like the mod testing list. Whoever used to do that, he no longer works there anymore. So instead of filling that gap, they're just like, oh, the guy who did it's not here anymore, so we're not going to have a list anymore. STBY. Sucks to be you. Like, how? That's not fair. That's not right. That's not even logical. Like, why would you do or say something like that? I just don't get it. Yes, I do have access to this land. This is my land. I bought it. Is that a tree? That's a tree. So I'm just going to collect this little grass here. This is my little plot of land. Eventually I'll build a house, maybe a constructible house. I believe the rules of the challenge say that I have to build a constructible house. Or a constructible building of some kind. There we go. And since stealing the grass from that contract didn't work, this is the only grass we have. That better show up. Grass silo. There we go. 10,000 liters. Good job. Silage for grass. Activate. And I think they actually alphabetized the recipes, which is annoying. Yeah, they alphabetized the recipes. They weren't alphabetized in the thing. Okay, cool. Thanks, Rusty. Can be anywhere? That's good news. All right. Well, I was really hoping to do something different, but I mean, all I have are like really atrocious contracts because I'm in hard mode. So, but let's make some money. Let's go do a farmland we haven't been to before, and let's. Do I have the round baler extension? I'm gonna do this one. I need some money to buy some land. Okay, we have a contract for baling. You get to use this really cool looking Valtra with an awesome copper paint job. That's pretty sweet. Yeah, no, so I have some ideas on as far as how far I can go. I do want to do like all the way to the end, but I think I want to. I threw this idea out to Rusty, and I think I want to do the challenge 3 times, which sounds really dumb and doesn't make any sense at all. But I think I want to do the challenge 3 times, and what I mean by that is. I think I want to do the challenge as initially on Hutian because this map is the most different to anything we've had before, which is one of the reasons I wanted to go into it. Now, for my liking, this map needs a lot of work to edit it to be better, to be fully enjoyable, but I'm willing to do that work. A lot of it's just editing the map. One thing that bothers me about this map, and I don't know if anyone knows this, but on Riverbend Springs, there's two constructibles, right? There's two big, or there's multiple large projects for building stuff where you have to provide supplies to the building to build stuff. Now, I actually haven't explored this map enough to know what there is on this map. So does anyone actually know? Other than the temple, is there anything else on this map to do? I would assume so. Namely because like the start screen, this is the part I don't get. The start screen for this map looks over this big field. And in that start screen, there's one of those traditional, like, Japanese temple buildings with the multiple levels. And so I assumed that would be buildable. But I haven't been able to find it. I don't know where it is. It's not, like, it's like it doesn't exist. What is that header with? Steering assist. Oh, I'm actually getting close. I was trying to figure out the steering assist last time to get it to work. Okay. Ooh, I'm actually getting pretty close. It's actually a 9 point... No. 9.6 maybe? Trying to get these lines to line up. No? It's going to be 9.0, I think. No. Like, they're getting closer, but not close enough. I was hoping I'd get the lines to line up, and it's looking like it's not going to. What the hell kind of header did they use in this field? An 8-meter header? It looks like they use an 8-meter header. Since you don't know, because you're coming in doing the bail contract like after it happened, you have no way of knowing. standard at 9 meters. Is it really at 9 meters, J-Turk? Because it's not lining up. Why would anyone do this field with such a small header? He did. Well, that's the problem here is, right? I'm coming in here, and I tried it. 9. Okay. It's not lining up. It's close, but it's not lining up. I'll take what I can get, I guess. But yeah, so does anyone know if there's any more buildable stuff on this map? Any more things to do? Any more like challenges to undertake other than bailing? Right? I mean, I can do contracts all day long, but I want it, and I know that the temple is going to take a long time to do it. Oh, you know what? I wonder if they just did headlands and then reset it to 9 meters with no headlands to get the up and downs to line up. I bet you that's what's happening. I'll try that. Yeah, I'm wondering if there's more to do. Like, is there more excitement on this map? Is enhanced vehicle out? Because that's my favorite. I could get an enhanced vehicle to line up all day long. That I'm perfectly comfortable with, because enhanced vehicle is the one I use in 22 also. But I'm trying to, use the base game stuff as much as I can. But if enhanced vehicle is out, which I didn't know about because I've been so focused on trying to get my mods released, or at least into Giant's hands, I should say, that I didn't even realize enhanced vehicle was out. So I heard a couple people saying they had pre-release versions of it, but I don't know if it's real. Sure. Thank you. That if you can DM it to me, that'd be great. And bailing is not one of those things you can get a worker to do either, which is always a bummer. There you guys see your message. Thank you, Jaker. Once we turn the corner, I'll show you guys the rest of the mod. So I have the fill stations on here, and I'm not sure which version of it is. It might be an older version. So before I show it to you, I'm going to save my game. Save. Okay. So we're still picking up straw. Going to here. Construction. So the new fieldwork fill stations are right here. There's a bulk fill station, a liquid fill station, a bulk fill station, husbandry, liquid, and fieldwork. And so each of those fill stations of those types, they have what you think they have, right? The bulk sells all bulk products. The fieldwork one sells the same fieldwork ones that we used to have before. The liquid one sells all liquids, including milk and buffalo milk and whatever. So if you want to be able to get into like owning a dairy and making buffalo cheese or what, I forget what it is. I don't even know yet. So I haven't gotten that far into the game. You can just buy it. Or, because there's a price problem, the free ones, the free ones are more expensive now. So the regular self-fill station, which is like this, is $5,000 instead of 15. It used to be 15, and it's customizable. So you have, here's the bug. If I hit F, the mouse doesn't show up. But there's the Rusty but Trusty version. You're welcome, Rusty. There's also the Dark and Rusty version, which I actually like because it's very dark. And then the standard one, which is colorable. And then you have your color picker, so you can pick any one of these colors you want. Pick a color, pick a rainbow, whatever. And select, and that's going to be the color. Or you can use the ones from my list, and I created quite a list. I think I have the extra colors thing in here, but my list is from here all the way up to here. But as you can see, again, the names are not showing up. The names show up for the stuff that's like use default color equal true stuff. But these colors, which are the ones I picked, don't show up. But there's plenty of colors, plenty of versions, and there's also a silo version. Right? And it's going to be on console, so it is going to all platforms. The one cool thing, my favorite part about it, is new. So if we look, do you see the warning stripes? Black colors, 3, I think. No, if you take from black to white, I made 9 colors, and I don't make them; I pick them. But anyways, J-Turk, the custom names is supposed to be in the mod decks, but it doesn't work for placeables. It works for vehicles, but not placeables. But see this? See the warning stripes on the ground? This is also a sell station. Let me. This is also a sell station. So you can buy from it and you can sell from it. So let's say hypothetically you have the Fieldworks fill station and you actually are using the one that costs money. Well, let's say you fill up your trailer with fertilizer, but then you don't use all the fertilizer and you want somewhere to sell it back. You can sell it right back to the same place where you bought it, which kind of makes sense. Like, you go to the store to buy fertilizer, you should be able to sell the fertilizer back. That makes sense to me. Apparently Giants doesn't think that way, but I do. And not only that, because you're getting a discount when you buy it, I figured it'd be fun to give you a bonus when you sell it back. So, if you look at the prices menu, this is where you guys are going to see how awesome I am. We come in here for corn. Actually, no, it's not going to show it's not going to show on the prices menu right now because I haven't placed any of them down. But it's a 70% discount when you buy. Or sorry, a 30% discount when you buy. And then it's a 30% bonus when you sell. So if something was worth $1,000 per liter, if you bought 10,000 liters of it, it's going to cost you $7,000. But if you took that 10,000 liters and sold it right back without even moving from the fill station, you just literally just tip right away. That same 10,000 liters is going to be worth $13,000. You're welcome. And Rusty, this one's for you. This one is directly 100% for Rusty. Every instance of something that sells, or every instance where you can sell manure, digestate, or slurry, is the same prices as the slurry yard. So 10x. So any one of the fill stations that actually sells or buys those things, you'll be able to sell all of those products back to the fill station for 10x their normal price. which was the biggest benefit of the slurry yard. And then I also made it so that anywhere you buy or sell straw, it's 2x the normal price of straw. So anything that buys straw, when you sell it back, it's 2x what it's used to be. So it makes straw a little bit more valuable. It makes doing contracts like this or collecting straw super useful because it's worth more. And the one thing I didn't do, which I could do, I haven't. If it comes back to me, I totally forgot. The one other thing for Rusty that I meant to do, and I just realized just now that I forgot, was one of Rusty's favorite mods on 22 was the forage dealer, and the forage dealer would buy your silage at a bit of an extra price. And so anything that buys silage right now already gives you a benefit, but I might make that the same benefit as the straw, where it's 2x what it normally is. So if you're selling silage back to my fill stations, you'll make extra money on it. Pretty cool, right? And then there's also, because now I'm in a straight line, if we go in here in construction and go to silos, there's also a silo version of all of them, right? And so the silo version is a silo, just like a silo version. So you have a fieldwork silo, a liquid silo, a husbandry silo, and a bulk silo. So the green ones are bulk. But here's the last part, and this is if you put all of the stuff I told you together, the best item that's in this pack, and I really hope Giants doesn't block me for it, because they might. Hold on, let me turn around and let me find a. Oh, let's redo the steering assist. Go to one headland. 9 meters, okay. Let's try one more time. It seems like it's set up right. So 2 headlands, and let's do this. No, it's not 9 meters. It's totally not 9 meters. I don't know what it is, but it's not 9 meters. Yeah, see if there were if it was 9 meters, it'd be perfectly aligned, and it's not. I really think it's like a 7.4 or something. I'm determined to figure it out. So if you put all the fill station stuff together, that we added in new types, we added in the bulk type. Every fill station is either something you pay for, a free one, or a silo. This is what I would argue is the best thing that is in the pack. Come down here. Should be 10 grand. No, this is the silo, sorry. Containers, go down here to the 15 grand one, pick the green one. This one right here. This is a free bulk fill station. So everything in it, which means every bulk product, is free. This one's for Looney. That's one for Looney the farm guy, so that he can just test anything, anywhere, at any time, and never have to pay for it. Never have to, like, government subsidy his way in. He'll be able to use any fill type to test any building at any time. And it's all for free. Pretty cool, right? And if you guys haven't followed, and I don't know if you're here, but there's extra people here, so I'm going to go ahead and remind you. The industrial sawmill also has new stuff. So if we come in here to construction, and we go over to productions, this is the industrial sawmill, $10,000, works the same as before. But there's also this. This is a industrial sawmill sell point, just selling. 2 grand, super cheap. 4 grand, industrial sawmill. This should say buy point. There's a bug. This is an old version. This is the buy point. So you can just buy pallets and stuff like that all day long. If you don't feel like doing forestry, Here's your gear. And this one is a buy and a sell. So if you just want to play the market and you don't want to actually do forestry, but you still want to do like big building projects like the whatever it's called, the temple, you can just buy your way there. Just plop down one of those right in front of the trigger and just buy 90% of the stuff you're going to need to build the temple. It'll cost, obviously, at a 30% discount for anything that you purchase, and a 30% bonus for everything that you sell, or something like that. But you can buy and sell. Isn't that handy? Isn't that useful? Okay. We're gonna figure this out. It's not 9. Actually, 10 was close. 9.4. No, that's not lining up either. I'm like determined to figure out what header width they used. Can't figure it out. We're 54% done with this field. That's good. And all of these bales, I don't know how to collect them. So I'm working hard for you PC users to try to figure out Giants' system to somehow figure out how to collect the straw bales. Because if I'm baling them, I want to collect them. I don't want them just to disappear. I want to collect them and use them. For me, you put them into my fermenting silo and make some silage. But I'm trying to work on the scripting part of it to be able to fix that. So hopefully we'll get it there. Never know. We'll see. There's so many contracts and I don't want to do any of them. Spraying. There's a lot of fertilizing contracts, but they're all like, eh. Like this one is $22.71. $15.99 for the lease cost. Why so much? I wonder if these are getting charged. I just realized that they probably are. Yes. I am too. So all of those mods will be all platforms. And then the last mod that I'm submitting later today, let's see if I have it on here. I don't think I do. I don't think I copied it in. No, I didn't. See? I didn't copy it in. The last mod I can't show you because I don't have it. It's on my hard drive somewhere, but I don't know where it is. And that would be my new mower. And that's going to be going out to all platforms if Giants accepts it. I really hope they do, because I put a lot of work into fixing their junk. I mean, doing something differently. Oh, why do we have 5 headlands? Oh. 2 headlands. Yeah, see, that doesn't work. Doesn't line up. No. See, look, those are close. Those are close. Look, that's close. I keep hitting the on button, expecting it to work. And it never does. Sorry. Family text message threads just started to explode. I had to turn my phone off. So what else is anyone looking forward to, right? For 25 or for anything else, what are you looking forward to? Are you looking forward to... I'm personally looking forward to new maps. I really like the New Frontier map. I'm hoping that it gets an update. Maybe so, I really want to like the New Frontier map is great. It needs more forestry-based trees. Most of that map is not forestry-based trees. It's just regular trees. It needs more forestry trees. I think if it had did that, the map would be perfect. But it's not, which I don't understand. See, some of those lines are lining up now. But the fact that you can't like just guess 9 meters and it lined up automatically is really annoying. This is why enhanced vehicle is needed. And I will probably never use the GPS ever again. I agree, Tennessee Farmer. I'm looking forward to a sandbox map. I'm looking forward to making a sandbox map at some point. Once I get all of my existing mods finally converted over. I really want to make a sandbox map. And I have a couple ideas on making a sandbox map a little bit differently than maybe some other people have in the past. I have a couple cool ideas. And I'd like to be able to do that. That's going to be like kind of next, going to be on my list for next year. This year, I want to finish converting some mods and get them submitted, even though Giants is going on vacation for the majority of the next December, and I'm not going to be able to submit anything, but you know, it is what it is. Wow, this tractor has 36 hours on it. That's interesting. So it's not brand new. Perfect. Oh, and so the other mod that I made, and this was the one I made on stream, and I'll show it you guys real quick because now I'm on a track. If we go into construction, go in here to silos, scroll down. All of these ones that are $1 more, it's basically the same silo as base game, but the silos are all like 10x as many crops. So this is, instead of 100,000 liters, it's 1,000,000 liters. This one is 150,000 liters. This one is should be 200,000 liters. And then there's also production versions of all of those, which are fermenting silos, which is the one that I have one of them on my piece of land, but there's many, many more. And those are for all you. And those are just regular XML edits, so I can't actually release those on ModHub, even though they should be on ModHub. So unfortunately, they're not going to be for all platforms. That said, I already have plans in progress to make my own set of silos. And I actually already have the models for them. I just have to figure out how to export them from Blender, honestly, and get them into the map. And so I will be making a silo pack very similar to the one that I just built for base game, but with all of my own models, which means it can go out for all platforms and it can go onto ModHub. That's more of a modeling job than a editing job, I guess you could say. So for me, that takes more time. I'm not as fast as some other people on the modeling side of things, so making that mod is going to take a little bit longer. But then, you know, looking to the new year, trying to get a map under my belt, trying to actually get, not just spend time editing other maps, or editing other people's maps for them, but doing a map on my own. That's something that I'm really looking forward to, and I think that I really hope that some of these ideas in my head are going to be things that the community likes. And they're not going to be the same thing. I might make an American map. If I do, it's going to be based on my local area, but it's not going to be just a regular map. It's going to be different. In a very small way, which could be a very big way, depending on how you look at it. So I'm really hoping that that project, when I get the chance to do it, can be successful. There's a really cool farming area very close to where I live, and the town is called Terminus, which is like one of those things that this sounds like it's from a video game. You know what I mean? That sounds like it's from like a Resident Evil video game or something like that. Terminus. Who names their town Terminus? But it's a farming town, similar to right near where I live, and if you ever look at it on Google Maps, you'll see why it's a perfect farming map. But my hope is to make that into a map. That's the goal, at least. Big E Farming, thank you so much for being here. I didn't even notice you came in. Thank you. You probably came in as part of that raid, so thank you very much for coming in over on the raid, which is greatly appreciated. And I hope you have a good night. 4 a.m. means that you are in the UK somewhere. So yeah, it's pretty late. Go to bed. Or no, you said 4 a.m. comes early. Okay, so you got to wake up early. I get it. Hey, Whiskey. Happy to be here. Oh, and the last thing, Biggie, before you leave, this Friday is my birthday. And so I'm planning on taking some time off, and I will be hopefully streaming most of the day. Whether we're in here or doing live modding, playing the Can You Survive 25, or doing something else, we'll see. But check your streams on Friday. I will be hopefully around most of the day streaming. Maybe we'll do live modding in the morning, and then we'll do Can You Survive in the afternoon. If anyone's around, please come in and join. And I'm almost done with this contract, so 94%. You have 3 more lines to do, and then no more bailing contracts. And I might just go to the next day and see what happens. I have to remember to return the fast track before I go to the next day. That would not be good. Almost done. None of the lines lined up. I wonder if there's a way in the data. This is how I think. I wonder if there's a way in the data of the game to tell what the original course was and like how many lines there were, so that you can know how to recalculate the same route for the windrows. I wonder if that's stored somewhere. It's gotta be, right? There's got to be a configuration file that says, okay, make windrows at this width. Go. Contract finished. Okay. Saving content. Thank you for saving. I'm really, really happy about that. Harvesting. I haven't actually done a harvesting contract yet. $15.99 to borrow the items. So I'm only gonna get like $3 grand. Let's do a harvesting contract. That'll be the last thing we do tonight. And then we're gonna come over here and we're gonna go farmland baling. Collect $17.96. It was less the lease cost, which is the most expensive part. Then we're gonna do a super expensive harvesting contract. All right, let's look. This tractor is in the way. This is the first time I've ever seen a contract set up by giants where everything matches. You almost never get stuff matching, like brand matching. It's always like you get a John Deere harvester and then like a Fendt tractor or something for no reason. This one actually has a case harvester and a case tractor. I've never seen that before. The one thing that's a little bit of a bummer, I think that because there's such a low amount of unique equipment in the game, that the contract system or the mission system, internally it's called missions, but in the UI it's called a contract. It's very repetitive. I'm trying to line up. How am I supposed to line up with these things? Contract system is very repetitive because there just isn't the array of equipment that we had in the last version. It's just for no reason. I don't know why. All right, let's go and harvest something. We're going to go here. We're going to field 9. A nice little small square-ish field right near the central farm. Which I kind of think of as like the farming farm. That's kind of lame, but that's what I think about it as. I think eventually, if I can, I'm going to buy that farm. For the challenge, you're supposed to create 3 farms on the map. So you're supposed to create a like a cow farm of some kind. And I don't think there's any cow farms on this map, so that's going to be a little bit of a challenge. You're supposed to create a cow farm, you're supposed to create or dairy farm, I should say. You're supposed to create a greenhouse-based farm, whatever kind of greenhouse you want. And then the third one, I don't remember what type of farm it is. I have a text message. Rusty, you remember what the third type of farm is? I don't remember. There is a third type of farm that you're supposed to make, but I just can't remember it right now for the life of me. This. Oh, those were examples. Okay, so 3 different farms providing different products. Perfect. Well, and I think that, and I have to tour the map a little bit more, but if I remember correctly, there's only 2 farms on this map. Is that right? Is there only 2 farms? 7.6. 2 headlands. Start work on headland. Okay. Go. Yeah, business focus. Yeah, perfect. So I don't know what I'm going to do for those business focus. I think I might do the 3rd farm as... And I might try to build it near the sawmill here on this map. And do it as a like a lumber wood focused map, because this map has actually quite a large number of trees and a lot of forestry areas. So I might make one of those farms on this map a lumber-ish area. Maybe. Possibly. Oh, you know what? Hold on. Hold the forces. Hold the horses. Hold on. Hold on. Tab, 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 tab. Now we can get straw. There we go. We're going to get something extra. Finally, we're going to get a contract with something extra. Kind of like we did for all the contracts in FS22. Where you always had the ability to get extra stuff from contracts. Yep. So I think that's what I'm going to do. I don't know if I'm going to build a farm. I want to try to, like, personally, I'm a more of a... So, the way I like to play, I think that I've found that I like to play over the course of 22, is that if it's a wilderness style map, or like a make your... Totally crashing that. Make your own kind of map. I typically like playing those kind of maps where I want to build my own farm. I don't want to, if there's something pre-built, I usually don't like it. If it's a wilderness map where I can kind of decide where I want to build a farm, I prefer building a farm myself. Now, if it's on the opposite of that, if it's a built-up map like this one, I kind of want to use the existing farms. Mainly because, or I want to take the existing farms and expand them, I guess you could say. Mainly because at some level, I want to know and see what the mod author, in this case, Giants, was intending when they made that map. Right? And so I want to experience what they were intending. And so I want to be able to experience those farms. So actually, let's look on the... is it on the map? Let's look. I actually haven't looked. I just like dove right into playing. I haven't even looked at the map. Alright, so... where are their sleep triggers? So there's this one right here. That's yellow. The shop is there. Over here is Katie. Okay, there's an NPC over there. Great. Train. Noah lives over here by the wood mill. I think he's the forestry guy. That's my house. So train station over here. I haven't even checked that out yet. BGA is over here. Wonder how much it is to buy. Almost sure I don't have enough money. Who's this? David lives downtown, apparently. Sorry, David. But yeah, there's no other houses. Like, there's no other farms that I can see. There's this one right here. Right? There's no farms up here. There's this thing, but that's... I almost feel like Hutan is like an afterthought again, where like they really built up this area right here, the starting farm, and then they built up this extra farm, and they're like, oh, that's good enough. We don't need to do any more. There's no other... where's the rest of the farms? Is there something up here, maybe? I don't know. It's kind of a bummer. They've been this big, huge city, town. None of it's buyable, which is annoying. That big, huge city, town, and... But then they only made 2 farms in the entire map. See, it's that reason that I want to play this challenge 3 times. That's the reason, right? Because with only 2 farms in this map, and like big, huge cities where there's not much to do, I feel like that I'm going to get bored really quickly. And if I make it to 500 hours, it'll be amazing. Like, it's really not logical that I'm going to make it to even 500 hours, much less 1500. So the way I'm thinking about the challenge, and I talked to Rusty about it, he said it was okay, is I'm going to start the challenge over once I get to 500 hours. So once I get to 500 hours, I'm going to either Zalanka or Riverbend. And I really don't want to go to Zalanka. But I think I actually might go to Riverbend. And then for the third part of the challenge, I'll play whatever map is at the end of DLC Year 1. Right? So DLC Year 1 is supposed to be a UK map. And maybe I'll play that as the third part of the challenge. So all Giants maps, and I'll experience the maps for what they have. I just don't want to play Zalanka. Yes, I wish all maps had all land available to purchase. I really do. It's not. So Rusty, here, look at this. We'll look at the map while we're waiting for the harvester. This is Hutan Pantai, but this is not Giants' version of Hutan Pantai. This is my version. So my version, this entire forest here is buyable. On their version, you can't. This field right here, right along the seashore, you can buy. All of this land here, all along the front coast, is buyable. This land right here, buyable. No. Buyable here. Buyable here. Buyable here. Buyable here. This land right here was not buyable by the train station. It's now buyable. This is buyable. This is buyable. The land around this factory is all buyable. There's tons of flat space around this factory where you could put smaller production buildings around this factory. So why not make it buyable? This is buyable. The land downhill, there's a lot of grass areas here. That's all buyable. This land right here is buyable. This little corner, which I'm camping on right now, is buyable. This little piece right here is buyable, which is not in the base game. This is buyable. The land around all the way up to the river around the temple is all buyable. So a lot of this stuff wasn't buyable in base game. This is buyable. This is buyable. All of these little plots of land right along the river, they're all grassland. They're all mowable now. All buyable. This section of land right here is buyable. So is this one. And I'm continuing around the map. So I'm just kind of doing a loop around the map, making sure that almost everything that you'd want to ever buy is buyable. We probably won't make the city buyable, but we're going to make everything around the city buyable. And we're probably going to make this plot of land here, this is a woodsy area. We'll make all of that buyable. And then I'll probably make this hillside as much of it buyable. Instead of just this little slot of land, I'll make some of these pieces of land bigger. And all of that took about 2.5 to 3 hours. So it's not. So to answer Rusty's question, it's not hard. Defining additional farmlands and making more stuff buyable is not hard. It really isn't. There's nothing about it that's hard. You're literally painting by numbers. When you do it, it's super easy. And so the fact that Giants intentionally doesn't make everything buyable, to me, seems like a kind of a, not a waste. I won't say it's a waste, but it's intentional. It's not like, oh, we forgot, or oh, we didn't have enough time. it's intentional that they're not making it viable. Like if you look after it saves, sorry. If you look, you zoom in, this piece of land and this piece of land are buyable, but you can't buy the roads. So you couldn't ever go over the roads, right? Sometimes like fields that abut each other who might have a dirt track down the middle, you can. But like this, it doesn't go all the way up to the road. There's a gap. There's like lots of grassland around here that's not viable. The grassland here, not viable. Right? And I don't get why they do that. It just doesn't make sense. Like it seems like their vision of the map doesn't include people owning the map and doing what they want with it. And I know that some stuff you can't delete, some like buildings you can't delete, but like if the city was buyable, right? Think about it that way. If the city was buyable, you could buy the city and you could place down little shops. You could delete a house here or there if it was built correctly. You could buy the city and then delete whichever houses you don't want. And instead of those houses, you could put in production points. And that is, from a modding perspective and a map making perspective, that's actually relatively easy to do. But Giants chooses not to. And I think that's where a lot of people, I think, including myself, don't fully understand what their intentions are when they do stuff like that. Some modders do that too, but not many. Most modders will make as much stuff buyable as possible, or they'll do something silly like making the periphery buyable, but then, you know, it costs $65 million to buy the periphery. I forget there was a map that came out late in 22 where it was like $650 million to buy the periphery instead of it just being free. And all of that's super easy to define. It's really, really, really easy to define. Like scary easy to define. And exactly, that's why I personally tend towards wilderness maps. So in some ways, this is really, this is going to be, I have a feeling that this challenge is going to be more of a challenge for me to put up with. So getting 500 hours on a map like this is not going to be a challenge. I don't think it's going to be that big of a challenge. I think it's going to be getting 500 hours on a map and putting up with the map, with all of the decisions that map made, right? And all of the decisions that map author made, which is Giants in this case. And how many of those decisions I don't agree with, or what have you. Is that guy ready to empty? We haven't checked recently. I wonder if he's ready to empty out. Not yet. But he's right next to the trailer, so I might as well do it now. Come on, buddy. Empty out. Whoa, you have a really, really long auger. I'm just going to drive along with you. You run about 12, right? Maybe 10. I'm not very good at this. I'm so used to speed sync. And the fact that we don't have speed sync means that I'm like, I'm pressing the speed sync button here. It's not working. Northern Farm Sim says, that's the issue with the Frontier map. Start from nothing sort of playthrough. The lots are too big and too expensive. I agree. New Frontier looks cool. And taking the time to break it up would not be hard. It would actually be really easy. Maybe I'll do that. Maybe I can show you, or anyone, how to take New Frontier and break it up into more plots that are smaller and cost less. That'd be a fun topic for like a live modding thing. How to make New Frontier more like No Man's Land. Right? Because right now it has like what, 24 plots? Or something like that. So how would you be able to break that up into something more? The other thing with New Frontier, and that I get is part of the thing with those kind of maps, is that you buy things in grids. Personally, I think the grid thing, in some ways, when you're map making, is a little bit of a cop out. Yeah, 16 boxes. So the 16 boxes, and then the extra plots that are there are because of the the 5 fields that the map comes with that have contracts on them. So that each field is set up for contracts. They're tiny fields. But the reason that New Frontier is set up the way it is actually something that Giants has introduced in Farm Sim 22, which is the fact that one farmland per field, right? One farmland per field. So if you come here and look at it, see how the farmland contains the extra space around the field, but it only contains one field. And if you look at your contracts menu, you're harvesting a farmland, not a field, a farmland. And this is farmland 9. It's not field 9, it's farmland 9. And so if you have a field, if we can look at the map more, right? If you have a farmland that has more than one field, right? The only way that works is right here. This is the only example of there being 2 fields on a single farmland. But the caveat here is you can't get contracts on this piece of land because they're rice fields, and the rice fields are treated differently by the game. But for every crop field that's in the game, it's all 1 field per farmland, which means that my favorite map, like one of my favorite maps, Sino, would never work in Farm Sim 25. Because if you remember, Sino had those weird fields that had like, where like, if this was on Sino, both of these 2 canola fields would be 1 piece of farmland, or it would be 1 piece of farmland and 1 field. And you'd have to harvest both fields, regardless of the fact that there was a track down the middle. But now, because of the way the new contracting system works, now that's no longer possible. It's no longer possible to have more than 1 farmland with only a single field. It's just a new limitation to the game. And so you're going to be seeing what that means is for new maps. You're going to see a lot of... I have a feeling you're going to see a lot of stuff like what Ola did on New Frontier, where you're going to see a lot of these little teeny tiny farmlands that are just barely the size of a field, so that you can have more contracts and more things to do and whatnot. Which, in all honesty, is even more reason for the contract boost mod, right? Because then you have more options and more things to do. But the downside is that those contracts aren't going to pay very well, and you're going to have to put up with that. Excuse me, sneaking through. I'm totally stealing the straw from this contract, which is fine. That's one of the features of the contract boost mod, is that I can steal straw from contracts. Actually, I want to paint this real quick. Construction. This painting. Whoa. Those are really textured rocks. Nope. Why do we not have all of the paint textures? Is that one more thing for me to fix? One more thing for me to fix on this map. We don't have all of the paint textures. True. A no man's land type map shouldn't really have contracts anyways. I actually don't agree with that. I actually think a no man's land map should have contracts. But, and that's one of the benefits that you're going to see. And I hope that people figure this out because it is possible. I believe that we will see maps coming out soon with contracts on those style of maps, on wilderness maps. Because you could have rock breaking contracts, tree transport contracts, and deadwood contracts on a map like that. Very, very easily. And from a modding standpoint, it's not automatic like all the rest of the contract system. All the rest of the contracts, as a modder, you don't have to do anything to be able to have those contracts, those type of contracts on your map as a modder. But for all three of those new contracts, that came from Silver Run, the rock breaking, the deadwood, and the tree transport contracts, all three of those contracts, types of contracts, you have to do extra work as a map maker to enable that. So if people don't do that extra work, just know if you're looking at it, oh, this map doesn't have, it has lots of forestry, but there's no tree transport. That's because the map maker didn't put the extra effort in to set that up. So go talk to the map maker. Don't talk to anyone else. But you will have to actually do more work than normal to set up those type of contracts, which is a bummer. It's a little bit of a bummer, but it also means that those type of contracts will be more specific to that type of map. Like if you think of like where the tree transport contracts are on here, right? If you look at the, there's a couple of them active, or like the deadwood contracts, right? You're not going to have a deadwood contract in the middle of nowhere. You're going to have it in an open area of land that has trees, right? Oh, Boss Man is going live. Cool. Thanks, Keith. Have a good time doing multiplayer with Kobel. I hope you guys have fun and enjoy 22. Enjoy the win, by the way, Keith. Everyone go. If you're on 25 now, do me a favor. Go to ModHub. Download Keith's new mod. It's the Dutes Far 1990, or I forget what year it is, but it's a special edition Dutes Far 9. It was just released today. That's Keith's mod. So everyone, go open 22, go to ModHub, download that mod, and then rate it 5 stars. Help Keith get a little bit of traction. He put in literally 2.5 to 3 years of work. Years of work on that tractor. And it finally got released. So everyone who's still watching, please go rate Keith's mod and download it. It's an amazing tractor, and if you haven't seen it or played with it, I highly recommend it. It's super fun. It's probably one of the best engine configured mods. 2019, thank you. One of the best mods with any custom engine configurations that's on ModHub anywhere. I'm gonna have to get Keith to teach me how to do those kind of configurations. But definitely go do that. But that's actually going to be it for me tonight. I'm going to finish off this contract. Maybe I'll take a few more of those little contracts, finish off my day, and then we'll start in October next time we play this. Maybe on Friday, maybe some other time soon. But that's going to be it for me tonight. J-Meister, it is not. It is on FS22. So Keith's new mod, the Deuce Far, is on right now. It was just released today on FS22. So if you still have FS22 in your system, please go download that mod, rate it, play with it. It's a really, really awesome mod. But thank you for everyone for being here. There's a ton of people in the chat tonight. We got that raid, which was pretty awesome. I think it's my first raid on YouTube, which was super awesome. Thank you very much to Stegman. Was it Stegman who raided me? I think it was. But thank you very much. Thank you everyone for being here, and I will catch everyone next time, hopefully later this week. Bye-bye. Oh, thanks for sharing that link, Keith. That's not the right screen. It's supposed to be this one. And if you have any questions or want to get a preview release of some of those mods I talked about tonight in the chat, they are available on Discord. All of them are linked on my Discord, and if you want to get them and play with them and test them out, please do so. Any feedback is wonderfully welcome. And I'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.